everybody, and welcome to Hampton High School, where the Lady Crabbers of Hampton will be playing host to the Lady Warriors of Kecoughtan High School. Kecoughtan comes in tonight 3-12 on the year with a new coach. Percy Gregory is the coach now for Kecoughtan, taking over this year. And along with the Hampton Crabbers, obviously the coach there is David Six. The Crabbers 13-2 on the season. Right now, currently second place in the district behind undefeated Heritage. As right now, we'll get ready to send it down to courtside where Brent Musgrove has the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors coach, Percy Gregory, for a sideline interview.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I'm here with head coach Gregory, first-year coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors, third coach in 3 years. You come into a tough program. You've already got 3 wins this year, which is a good start for where the program's been. I want to give them a little bit of your background, if you would. Now, 20 years in the military, retired, so I know you're bringing some discipline to this program.
Trying to.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about what else you're trying to do with this squad.
Well, we're trying to build fundamental basketball. We're trying to rebuild a program at Kecoughtan, one that we can carry on for years to come. We're fortunate enough that we had some transfers to come in here, and I think they're going to do a great job for us, not only in out the season, but for next year.
Well, let's talk a little bit about those transfers. Let's tell them who they are and where they're from. One's from Oklahoma or someplace?
Sure. We've got Brooke Smith. She's from Oklahoma, transfer military dependent. We've got Chelsea Hambrook, also military transfer, and we've got Vincetta Secret McDaniel. She came in from Tabb High School. So we're excited to have those 3 players, and certainly they made a difference on the team this year.
Well, here you are tonight. You got 4 kids that had a little bit of problems, and now you got an injury. So down to 6 players. So tell me real quick about Tracy Marsh.
Tracy, she's kind of like our inside person, and we really look to go to her on the inside. She's a junior. She'll be a senior next year, and we really expect a lot of her tonight and a lot of her next year.
Last question real quick. What about Erin? How's she contributing?
Erin Jenrette, she's my point guard. She's a great player. We just need to settle her down and control the basketball and just kick the ball off to those players that's on the inside.
Coach, thank you so much.
No
I'm looking forward to many more of these.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Brent. Brent will try to get David Six over there to have a quick chat. We're running a little bit out of time now as we're getting ready to start to play, and here comes David now as he will get with Brent, and we'll go down and chat with him a few minutes and give us a little insight on how the Lady Crabbers are doing for the year. Go ahead, Brent, down to you to talk with David Six.
Thanks again, Mike. I'm here with head coach Dave Six, defending State 5 division champion, AAA girls basketball. You're coming here tonight with a team that's 13-2 in the district. Want to ask you, compared to last year's team, what's the next step that these new players need to do to get you back to the playoffs?
I think we've been playing better the second half of the season. We have some new players, some young players, and trying to develop that chemistry that we needed to develop. But I think that the players have been playing better lately.
Tiffany was sick last week. How's she doing now?
She's doing much better. She's had a series of injuries this year and ailments, but she's fine.
Well, you got a tough schedule coming down for the boys this next 2 weeks. Hopefully you can ease up a little bit. But I want to do something. Talk about a couple of your seniors since we won't get back to it. Let's talk about Yates and Hicks, if you will.
Megan has been with us 4 years and, real steady. Does a good job for us. And Lakita Hicks, I think she'll be able to go on and play in college somewhere. Does a good job for us banging inside.
Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time to get ready to stop this thing, and I've taken you away from the start already. Thank you again so much. We'll see you again. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Brent. So what we'll do now is wait for Brent to come over here, and we will set ourselves up and listen to the national anthem here at Hampton High School. The Crabbers hosting the Warriors of Kecoughtan. right. We will get set for the opening tip-off here in just a couple of minutes as Brett gets himself settled down. He puts his headset on. We'll talk a little bit about the game. Last time these two players, these two teams got together, Brett, it was not too pretty.
No.
Like 116-8, I think, was the final score. And
8 or 10. I think you're right, 8.
And the Hampton coaching staff took a lot of heat for that game, and I don't think, in all honesty, it's really deserving because, you know, this is a high school level. I guess a lot of people want the players to just kind of sit down and let the time run. And you know, Kecoughtan is already hurting now because they only have 6 active players on the team because of injury and other happenings during the season. So what do you think?
Well, you know, you're not going to make everybody happy, but my answer in all honesty is there was a time when Hampton was getting beat.
Oh, yeah.
And beaten pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anybody say anything about that then.
Yeah.
Now Hampton and David Sexton has got talent, and he's molded a program over the last 8-9 years that is to be talked about in the nation and always in contention in the state. I mean, look at the paper. They get more press work than some of the boys' teams when they get beat.
That's right. Actually, they get more.
That's what I'm saying. You get whole write-ups when they get beat. Now, when's the last time over the years you saw that happening where a girls' team got posted before a boys' team? And it's good to see. I mean, we're talking about equal time. What do I say about Kecoughtan? They've had 3 coaches in 3 years.
That's rough.
And it's going to take some support. What do I say about the girls? I admire them. I talked to them the other day over to gym. Every one of them when I was there with the pictures. And you know what? They want to get a program started. They want to make it happen, and they know they're the groundwork. And, yeah, they're going to take a transfer.
Has to start somewhere, right?
It's got to start somewhere. And
as soon as Andy can get them up there, we'll show you the starting lineups for both teams. There we go. There's the Hampton Crabbers.
And, of course, you got Alicia Bennett, who's just a legend around here, and she's just a junior. Candace Brown playing guard. And you got Debbie Smith, who contributes so much scoring. Of course, you got Jocelyn Davis, who's just kind of everything. She hits the boards and drives and does everything as a kickoff guard. And, of course, Tiffany Davis, who I think is probably one of the best guards in the state, if not the country. She's just one of the best ball handlers I've ever seen. And she's been sick for the last week or so. She
played really well in that tournament out in New Mexico when they went out there. I had a chance to watch them play in the first game, and they played a team that was actually bigger than they were and took care of business. And she got into foul trouble in the first quarter, had 3 fouls, and finished the game.
Yeah, not only that, they found out quickly that nobody's going to play her one-on-one at the top of the key. She's going to go by you or dish off very well, but most of the time she's going to go by you and score.
And we'll show you the starting lineup for the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors here just as soon as Andy can get them ready as we get ready for the tip-off. Our referees for the game is Walter Hamlin. He is the ref. The umpire is Anthony Gargone. And they are your officials for today's game.
And, of course, Bennett tips it over. That's Jocelyn Davis we're talking about with the ball. Back over to Tiffany Davis. Back over to Jocelyn Davis. This could be, well,
in and out.
But there's the rebounding. And she's just going up above everybody. 3 rebounds already to score. That's Bennett. That's a way to build up your rebound stats right there, Mike.
It sure is.
Let's just play with it. And, of course, Hampton's out in there. And their press. They're going to create problems.
Already have a turnover.
Yeah. First turnover of the game.
Nice pass underneath, and Bennett couldn't hold on to it. That was a great pass.
But if you get to see that pass again, that's what I'm talking about. This young lady is going to play nationally somewhere. I just can't help but think it. She's just got a great head for the game. And you can tell she grew up playing the boys somewhere, too.
Oh, yeah. And she doesn't mind getting banged around either.
Nope.
There's another one that almost went for a turnover.
Oh, we got our first ball.
Oh, there goes the tape.
Well, there goes the tape, Scotty. All that hard work that y'all did.
Yeah, that was put there to try to help keep people away. But right now, to be honest with you, there's hardly anybody here.
Well, the next game there will be.
There'll be a few here.
Yeah.
And they are in a trapping defense, and then it is thrown away. That's the second turnover and as many possessions for the Warriors. We're going to see a lot of those tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the thing of it is you're going to see Hampton not quite as sharp because it's easier than it should be. And it's because
teams have a tendency to play to the caliber that they're playing against. And Kecoughtan is not a bad team, but they just don't have the caliber of players that Hampton or even Bethel or some of the other teams have. And there's a ball goes out of bounds.
When you go out there and look, they've got some good height. and they play strong. I was over at their practice watching the other day, and number 25, Brooke Smith, they were playing 5 boys up and down the court, full court. And I'm going to tell you what, she was knocking with them. She was hitting them.
Oh, nice steal on the play, but it goes off her foot out of bounds, so Kecoughtan keeps the ball. No turnover because there was no change of possession, really. That ball was never gathered up.
And the saddest part of that is she's playing this year. She's got good size, ball handler, does it all. But you won't see her next year. She's a senior.
Another steal there, and that time basket is put in by Debbie Smith. That's her first basket. 4-0 now, Hampton, and timeout is called. And I tell you,
I would not be surprised to see Coach Gregory use his timeouts as much for rest as for coaching. I mean, he's got to think. He's got 6 players. He can't press. He can't do anything. He can't foul anybody. He can't afford to get in foul trouble.
Unfortunately, by using the timeout, so by the time the end of the game comes around, he's not going to have none left.
Well, and if the game goes as anticipated, and it's not going to be a matter of doing any strategy decisions. It's going to be with 6 players. You need to know where to use your timeouts. And
that's right. And we're a minute and a half into the game. The Crabbers are up 4-0.
And
so
I'm
far,
sure,
no fouls in the game.
I'm pretty sure what he talked about over there was, the receiver not coming to the pass, just like you talk about football, and Smith telegraphing her passes and picking up her dribble too quick.
Crabbers jump out to a full court press here. They kind of
they don't realize that they can move on the baseline because it's on a score. But she can run down that baseline and give it to that player over there. There you go. Now you got it.
Well, you would think it's up to the referee to make sure that player knows that is a situation.
He's supposed to mark it down the line with his hand.
There's a turnover or
just
tie-up.
So
possession stays with Kecoughtan.
Good screen. Good screen by Marsh. And she's one of them. There's another steal. And there's the drive.
Little shovel shot there by Tiffany Davis.
And she goes to the left side of the basket and uses her right hand.
And
another turnover. Another pass.
Nice pass underneath.
This is the kind of basketball Hampton plays. They're going to play the passing lanes. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. I'd love to have seen that score. But she had a whole lot of thunder coming at her, too, when she drove to the bucket.
Fouls on number 11, Debbie Smith. That's her first team foul there. And the Crabbers out in front, 8-0. Going to the line for for Kecoughtan is Chelsea Hambrook. She will shoot 2.
If you get to see that drive again, you'll see where Forney McDaniel right there. She had a chance to set a screen on 11, and it technically would have been moving. But if she'd have been aware of what was coming, she could have kept it clean.
Makes them both. So the Warriors are on the board, trailing 8-2 here.
As comes
early.
A 3-point attempt again.
In and out. Nice rebound by Bennett, but it goes off her knee.
Yep. And what you're going to like about Bennett this year, if you get to see her play much, she handles the ball almost as well as Davis. They've really got her working on her ball handling. So if you put a big girl on her to guard her, then she goes up top and starts handling the ball like a point guard.
Nice pass, and she got away with a walk.
Yeah. Well, she was bobbling the ball.
That's Vincetta Secret McDaniel.
Yeah.
8-4 is the score.
Well, Tiffany Smith's 2 3-pointers so far, so I'm going to be anxious to see who gets the next one.
They did a lot of practicing with 3-point shots a little earlier when we got here. They were out on the floor doing a lot of practicing.
And there's Davis again.
That should be a 2-pointer.
Yep, rebound.
And again, Bennett underneath and getting the rebound.
No, that was number 11.
Yep.
That's a Smith.
That's
Debbie Smith, yeah.
Foul on number 22, Chelsea Hambrook.
Hambrook with the foul. That's their first and the team first. Still 8-4. That should have been a rebound and foul. Nobody should be shooting on this one. Talk a little bit about the class so far that the Crabbers have. They have 2 seniors on this team. Neither one of them are regular starters. They both contribute. Another 3-point shot is no good and out of bounds.
That's Tiffany's 3rd 3-point attempt, and she's over. So see how she decides to handle this.
Crabbers have 5 juniors on the team, 3 sophomore. They have a freshman and 2 senior. So they have a young team. Is that another turnover?
Yeah, they're only going to lose 2 players next year. I mean,
and the main starters are coming back.
Yep.
There's a three.
There's
That
a
is
three. That's by Sears. Hampton will put up the threes, folks. If you sit back in the zone, they will tray you to death if they can. Okay.
not real sure who that was
He's going
on.
to call out on Debbie Smith, I think. Yep. Push on Hampton.
That's 2 quick fouls on Debbie Smith.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. Just my thinking right off the top.
You're thinking?
Just thinking, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, it's early in the month. I don't want to waste it.
You're kind of relegated to how many of those you have per
That's
month.
right.
Is that it?
Yeah, don't have a lot of thoughts. Oh, look at here. Pass underneath. Get in there. Look at that.
Oh,
All right.
baskets by Tracy Mark.
Well, folks, Hampton, they have already
11 to
scored
6.
75% of the points they scored in the first game. Good rebound. Kick it out. Hampton's going back. Double travel. I don't know how he called that.
I'm not sure how they called that either.
Because she
but
was dribbling it before she got up.
either way, it's a turnover. That's 6 now for Kecoughtan. Coming in the lineup for the Crabbers is Hicks. And going out is Jocelyn Davis.
Hicks is one of the other seniors. She comes in as a center forward and plays inside, gives them a little bit more height.
They've got Bennett playing at the foul line going across. Another 3-point shot is off the mark.
Now, what you pay attention to is you look at the setup the Kecoughtan's using there. I think they're playing a 2-1-2 or a 2-3, but they're packed inside at the foul line. You see look where they're packed. They're going to give them the 3 until they start hitting it.
Their defense is standing inside
The paint. They're in the paint.
It's just kind of hard to make anything go there. There's Davis on the right wing.
They're going to make Hampton shoot
There's
jumpers.
a 3-pointer that's way
off.
off the mark. You could see that from here. Davis looked like she wanted it. There's another 3 going up. This one's off the back of the
She
iron.
gets her own rebound.
Nice rebound and put back.
Left-handed
Nice shot.
shot.
Tiffany Davis.
No, that was Debbie Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it
Debbie
was.
Smith. But did you see that? She put that up left-handed when she got fouled.
The shot was good by Debbie Smith.
Well, I think Coach Gregory decided, now watch when she gets a rebound on this. Watch her come in and get it. Follow your shot. We teach that. Now watch when she gets hit. That's left-handed.
Yep.
I love it.
The foul was on number 32, Tracy Marsh. That's her first. Team's second.
Oh, come on.
Another steal as Bennett gets the ball.
Ball's up. I got a feeling that Coach Six has told him, let's play control basketball here. Don't try to beat it to death. Let's work on setups and see what we can do. Coach Gregory's going to be very thankful and pack it in the paint.
14-6 is the score.
All right, now.
Davis. Another 3 that's off the mark. There's Davis with the rebound.
3 seconds.
That's Hampton's first turnover of the game. 14-6, 3:15 to go here in the opening period of play.
Folks,
at Hampton.
If you're watching us right now, you know we're coming to you live. And we've got into this in football season, and we do enjoy it. And just to let you know, for this girls basketball game that will be shown again on Sunday, the 10th, at 7 o'clock on Channel 46, and, of course, on Wednesday the 13th at 7:30. So if you don't get to see the whole game or you're going out to dinner or whatever, tune in on one of those dates and pick up the rest of this game.
3-pointers off the back of the rim, and then they're not hitting the ball from 3 points.
No, I think they're about have they hit any 3-pointers yet? One?
They've had 1 3-pointer, and that was by Sears.
About 1 for 6. All right. Another out of bounds pass.
Turnover.
Yep.
9 already here in the first quarter.
That was
and most of them have been
on passes.
Well, they've been uncontested. I mean, they weren't even forced. The passes themselves were actually not where they should have gone.
Right. Now, see, I like Tracy Marsh. Now, she's got good size to her, and she's working that middle. Going to try to block somebody out.
Nice drive
just
to the
went
hole.
right by her. Missed
and
the
went
shot.
right off of the rim.
How many times have we talked about the glass? You got to learn to use that glass.
Debbie Smith on the drive kind of left the defense right standing where they were, and
great move.
Couldn't convert. Here's a 3 that's off the back of the rim.
Now, Debbie Smith's taking about 3 from the corners, from one corner to the other. Hampton is cold.
Another turnover and steal by
going
the
out to
Crabbers.
Davis. No, that was Sears that got that pass.
And that's a double dribble. Turnover for the
And
Crabbers.
I agree, that's just not fair. You should not be allowed to do that. What do you think?
Entering the game now for the Crabbers is Talayla Lynch.
And you
It
can,
looks like number 20, Sears, going out.
and you can see where I was here to watch the Woodside game the other night, and Hampton was working on that 1-2-2 defense. And the only time he would call timeouts, Mike, was when they wanted to work on the defense. He'd call them over and say, no, you're supposed to be here and you're supposed to be there. And that was in anticipation of that Heritage game, which evidently didn't work too well.
Well, they couldn't hit a basket in that game. That's what hurt them.
They were so cold. It was
Another steal by Bennett, and she's fouled. Looks like by number 25, Brooke Smith.
Yeah,
That'll be her first.
run a little bit of interference, that's all.
The first team and third.
But what's amazing about Hampton's team, they won a state championship last year, and like you know, all of these players were on that state championship team and were active players on the team. Oh, there it is. That's been. She worked in the off season on that little 10, 12-foot jumper.
And that's what the Crabbers need to be using here. Instead of just going down the floor and automatically throwing up a three-pointer, work their way closer to the basket and score some points that way. Nice move off the rim.
But they're
Bennett
getting
with
the
the
ball
rebound.
inside.
Oh, they are.
I am tickled.
There's Bennett.
Look, right at the foul line. And there's Davis in it, and they've missed another three.
That one should be Hampton. Whoop, nope.
I think she might have hit it with her fingers right at the end.
Out of bounds. It's 16-6.
1:22 left in the first quarter. And good job, Coach
Another
Six.
basket by Kecoughtan will give them the amount of points they scored in the first game. I tell you what, they're moving the ball around. They're trying to find an open
Good.
player.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. It's just a shame that they're about 5 players down due to injuries and other problems, because they're going to need a rest before this is over.
I mean, the Crabbers are getting the ball underneath, but they're just not getting anything in.
They're rebounding their own shots at will. They probably got 15 rebounds already in the first quarter. Offensive rebounds is what I'm talking about.
That's Secret McDaniel's first foul, 14th foul for the Warriors.
See, it went right over her back. That was on Hambrook, as far as I could tell, but okay.
Debbie Smith at the line to shoot two, misses the first.
Got a sub.
That is number 10, Trevia.
I bet you the next
coming in.
player off the bench is number 22.
That's right.
What do you think?
Takes that one. That gives Smith 8 points here in the first quarter. Down to 48 seconds to go. Keep moving the ball around like they have been doing. Good things will happen for them.
That was almost a double dribble. Well, good save.
They look like they're slipping around on the floor. They look like their feet are sliding. See, hers
Yeah, right
was.
here in this corner. It looks like they might have waxed it or something, because even the Hampton girls are sliding when they come over to the sidelines and start up the court. You can see their feet, like you say, just sliding out from under.
20 seconds to go. There's another three put up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by
Tracy
number
Marsh.
32, Tracy Marsh.
All right, let's
Down
get
to
off
9
a good shot.
seconds left.
Get off a good shot here. Come on.
That's a double dribble, folks. And nothing called. So we're at the end of one here, as Hampton out front 17-6, and Kecoughtan really held her own. Hampton is ice cold.
Hampton stayed in the zone after the first 2 minutes. They backed off the ball and working on that 1-2-2 zone. I don't know where he picked up that, but when he was working on it against Woodside the other night, those girls were flying to the position. As that ball went around the top, Woodside, I mean, it was pretty to watch if you like basketball. As one player would rotate to confront the ball, you'd see the players dropping back into position to pick up a position where the other players are just like clockwork. It's pretty to watch.
That's an added aspect to this team over the past. They've always been man-to-man wide open, and now they're playing a little bit of zone. They're working, and Coach David Six, I believe last year's AAA Coach of the Year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Defending state champion. They have a shot at doing it again this year.
Well, I got a chance to ask him, if you heard me. What do they need to do? You know,
they need to beat Heritage is what they need to do.
Well, 2 teams will go out of the district to
the state.
To the state. So
2 teams out of the region.
And if it goes like last year, which hopefully it did, those 2 teams will meet in the finals over in Churchland. That would be wonderful.
There's a team over Virginia Beach right now that has a lot to say about that, and that's Princess Anne, as they are.
Did you
happen to notice that was a backcourt play? 2-pointer by Bennett.
Yep.
She threw the ball in from the front court to the back court while she was standing and dribbling in the front court.
Now they're back to pressuring again. See the difference?
Here goes Davis. She's probably taken all the way in.
Yeah, there's a difference right there. When they press the ball.
She has 4 points in the first half. Another turnover as Bennett was at the right spot at the right time.
And as you can see, they've come out the first, I don't know if they're going to just do it 2 minutes or not, but that's what they did the first quarter was they pressed for about 2.5 minutes, dropped back into the zone. So now he's come back out starting the second quarter. Look up, coming, trying to trap. Oh, she should.
He had a spot to go in and pulled it back.
She could have hit. There you go. Put it up there.
A home run shot. That was NBA range that
I'd love
time.
to have seen it going, though.
Bennett again on the rebound. Over to Davis. There goes a 3 up. And that one is off.
Just got cellophane on the rack, folks. I'm telling you. There you go. Number 11 right there for him. Debbie
Smith picks up her 10th point.
She's got about 3 offensive rebounds that she scored on, I think. Something like that.
Debbie Smith is now in double figures for the Crabbers. Another turnover.
They're going to have to learn to make that entry pass. She's got to come around more toward the side to get that entry pass. Can't. There it is.
That goes as a 2.
That was Davis right there.
That's Joycelyn Davis.
Yep.
Timeout, Kecoughtan.
And takes a full timeout now.
He's going to rest him.
25-6. 6 minutes to go. We're 2 minutes into
the first quarter. Remember what his timeout was about?
After
about 2 minutes.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's correct. Let them sit and relax and talk about.
Keep your heads up, girls. That's what I'm saying. You just keep your heads up. You can start something good here, and I'd love to see it happen. He's a great guy. I'm gonna tell you what. I spent probably 45 minutes with him over at the gym first of the week, Coach Gregory, and nice guy, great background, retired military, and this team has held back in May. He was trying to get them together. They go out and do car washes together, like sororities and fraternities do. Just the players get out and do family things together, bowl, whatever. Trying to build that team spirit back into Kecoughtan, and that's what it's going to take. You ain't going to do it in a year, and he's going to lose a couple of these players. But you girls at Kecoughtan that like to play sports, give this some thought. Let's get something started over there. Yeah.
They have 3 seniors on the squad this year. Ravonna Daly is injured and not playing right now. She would normally be a starter, I believe.
Yeah. And they had 11 players up till about a week ago, and I watched them play when they had all their players, and he did a lot of rotation, tried to get a lot of experience in there. They'll be back. Some of those will be back. You just hope they don't get down, discouraged. But here's the thing: they've won 3 games.
I don't remember how many they won last year.
None.
Hey, that's 3 games more than last year, right?
Thank you.
Another 3-pointer. That ball went in the rim and back out.
Yep. She's gonna start taking it to the bucket now. And she shot about 5 or 6 threes and hadn't been able to get anything to go down. I know she's got to be getting frustrated. Here comes a trap. She's picked up the dribble.
There was wide open underneath the basket.
Yeah.
That's a jump ball.
It's going to be Hampton's ball, I think.
No, it stays with Kecoughtan.
I thought they had that one down here. So
did I. I don't recall seeing another one since then.
Either. That's okay.
25-6 is the score here. Sounds like a football score.
So far. And that was Erin Jeanette. I talked about her with the coach before the game started. It inbounded the ball.
Well, there went our TV camera. It kind of got bent down on that one, so that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to go down in order to see.
You do something about stupid, can't do nothing about ugly. Oh, take the shot. There you go. Take the shot.
Ball goes out of bounds on the Warriors. Ball stays with Hampton.
I'd just like to see McDaniels get a little confidence. She's got the ball in the paint. Learn to use that glass. Put it up. Don't even hesitate.
5:04 here to go before the half.
And Hampton's just working it right across the top. Just able to. They're just able to penetrate on the baseline. Kecoughtan's got to learn to play with their feet a little bit.
Like that one might be on Tracy Marsh.
Yeah, see, they're just going right by him on the baseline, and that's basics. That is basics right there.
So Marsh picks up her second foul.
Gotta
At the line to shoot two is Lynch.
You got to use that baseline as a defender and force them back into the middle where you got help. And if they beat you on the baseline, you're in trouble. Carolina does it all the time. Carolina and Duke.
Bounces off the back of the rim.
Whoops.
And the Crabbers fall back, and they'll go into a zone.
Yep. Well, they're coming up the trap. Kick it out and keep it moving.
They stay back in a zone until the ball gets near the midcourt. Then they jump out on them.
Now it'll be Hampton's ball.
That'll go.
Let's say it. It's Hampton's ball.
It's Hampton's ball. 15 turnovers now.
Or
Kecoughtan, and 2 for the Crabbers. If Hampton was to make half of the shots they've been shooting, they'd already have 50 points on the board.
There's a shot Bennett should be taking all the time right there at the free throw line. She's probably about a 75-80% free throw shooter. Bennett is. So if she's going to give me that shot. Oh, yeah.
There's another one.
Steal. That should have been a travel, but that's okay. Yeah.
Nice cross body.
Yeah. Who's going to call that on? I was going to say, she went in there over the back, so I was going to wonder if he was going to come.
Looks like the foul's going to be on the Crabbers. Lynch. That's her first. Team's fourth, I believe. Yep. Still, it's now 26-6. Crabbers out in front by 20. Down to 4 minutes to go before half.
They got 14 fouls up there for Hampton on the board, by the way.
Just a little bit off. Another turnover by the Warriors.
And
what a difference the next game is going to be, though. Yeah. You talk about running up and down the court.
Well, here's a 6th or 7th attempt. She hits it. All right, that's Tiffany Davis for the first 3. That's her first 3. That next game, if you people haven't had a chance to see Ratliff play Ricardo 6'7", there's no place on the floor he can't score from. I watched him play twice this year, and he hits threes just as easy as his layups. And he's averaging about 20.
Look at this. There's a basket.
All right.
Marshall with the basket. That gives her 4. And Hampton calls timeout.
And see what I was doing? He's working on his defense. That's what he wants to work on.
Well, he's in a matchup zone at the beginning, and then he backs into a zone, and as the ball's coming across the line, he's going out after the ball.
He'll throw a trap out there, but what he's talking about is they got that ball down low, and that meant that in that 1-2-2, somebody's not sliding where they're supposed to be, and that's what he was pointing out. You should have been where they were. That's where you're supposed to be. And that's exactly what he did with Woodside. I mean, he'd call a timeout after they scored, come down and get the ball back. He'd call a timeout when they're going back down because he wants to work on that defense. Now, I think he sees something where that's going to benefit him down the road. I don't know if he saw it when he's been to New York. My gosh, he's carried that team to Vegas or Mexico, carried him to New Mexico, and they've carried him to Jersey. And so maybe he's picked up on something somewhere that he likes the way some team was doing something, and that's what coaching's about.
They played in 2 tournaments, one in, was it New Mexico?
New Mexico, yeah.
Or Texas, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yep, they played at the big arena down there. And then they went to New York and played at, during the regular season, they actually went up there and had a game, had played 2 games and they split both times. So against out-of-state heavy-duty competition, basically they're 2-2.
Yeah. And
there's another steal.
And they've had two losses here in the district, so they've lost 4 games, and both of those were to Heritage. But when you put them 2 on the floor, they're it's like brother and sister almost, except they don't like each other quite as much. But I mean, they're mirrors in a lot of ways. Got great talent on both teams. It's really great to watch.
Jeanette on the foul for the Warriors. And that is Kanita Sears at the line. She makes the first one.
Over the back on number 3.
Well,
that's going to be a
twice
Lynch
in a
again.
row for her doing that.
It's Lynch, yeah.
That's 2 fouls consecutively by the Lynch.
I don't know what's going on up there with the fouls. Maybe they just don't see the one or what. I don't know.
They got 15 team fouls up there. Obviously, it's only 5.
Should be a lot more people on the bench than that.
Yeah, I'll say. Almost another turnover, but they got it
Take the
back.
shot. Oh,
most went in.
And
Nice
a rebound.
I'll pull it up, and there's Bennett again with the rebound. They had 2 shots out
But
that time.
Kecoughtan got 2 rebounds there. That's awesome.
A little blocking foul.
Well, I'm not so sure. Maybe her feet were moving. I couldn't see them, but she was right there when Tiffany brought the ball to her. You see the pass over? She's right there. She brings the ball to her.
Second team foul, or second foul for Brooke Smith. And Tiffany Davis will go to the line to shoot 2.
How many points has Tiffany got so far? 7.
She doesn't have many. 7. Let's see what she does here. She's shooting 2. First one's in. Oh, they called that a 1-on-1. Sorry.
Davis makes her first.
That's your first mistake of the game.
It'll be the last.
And we've got a half to go. So
That's right.
Don't squander them.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Makes them both. Gives her 9 for the game.
The first part of the season, I came and watched Hampton play, and I've been keeping up with it in the paper. They were having trouble there with free throws. They were, for a while, a couple of games, they shot like 50%.
Nice shot.
Yeah, love to see.
Number 40, Secret McDaniel. That's her second basket.
Well,
she has 4, and Tracy Marsh has 4.
They have already eclipsed. And there's Tiffany with another 3.
Follow your shot. She didn't do it.
There's McDaniel with another rebound. But I know Coach Six is working on his zone and is being, and I don't know if he's trying to be nice or, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's working on something, and it's not quite putting as much pressure on the 6-man team right now. But there's a
nice putback by Hicks.
Yep.
Her first basket of the game. That puts her name in the paper.
In the books.
In the books.
See, 14's got to learn to get it. There it is. Put it up. Oh, my. Almost a rebound. But I got to give Marsh credit. She was in their battle. Her Marsh and Hambrook were in there battling for the ball. Well, Hampton does not mind putting up the 3.
That one got a bounce.
Yeah, that was Sears.
That's her second 3.
And that was about a step and a half behind the 3-point line.
There's a 3 that's put up a mile in the air.
Yes.
And she got it and the foul.
Oh, my. Go, girl.
Erin Jarrett.
Jarrett, you go. That ball was so high there, it came down wet. It's in the clouds.
That was a 3-pointer, too.
Yes, 4 foot behind the line. Look at that launch angle. I think I saw that on TV this morning. Fired up.
Had a lot of flames behind it, right?
Shuttle went off out of here. I thought I saw that on rerun.
Had a lot of flame behind that one.
That ball came down wet. It went so high.
Rhett gets a free throw off the back of the rim. Rebound and drive all the way down, pull back up, and there's a 3 in the air. This time it's good.
And that's by Lynch. It's got to be about 5 threes for Hampton, isn't it?
4.
I'll say about 5.
4. Yeah,
about 5.
That's a walk.
Traveling violation and
That's close.
50 seconds to go now before half. 40-13.
Has almost doubled the game score. Now, good. See, Well, good block. 40 took her off of that baseline that time.
Oh, nice shot. That was Andrea Booth. That's a 3.
Well,
So that's now 5. That's about 5. 30 seconds to go. There's a 3 again.
Oh, my.
Didn't get the bounce this time.
He reminds me of an old friend of mine with that 2-hand jump push shot. That's what that is, a 2-hand push.
Here she goes again.
Yep.
And it's good. That's Lynch again. All of a sudden, the Crabbers are hitting 3s from all over the field now.
Yeah.
All over the court.
Yep. You just take the shot. Take it. That's right.
Get in there. Oh, a little bit deep. You got to get it back up and go.
Good
Nice
pass.
pass.
All
Good
right.
shot.
Yes, sir.
That was number 32,
Tracy
Marsh. Nice turnaround jumper after the rebound, and we're at the half as the Hampton Lady Crabbers lead the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors by a score of 46-15. Big flurry there at the end of the half, didn't it?
3 points started coming in, and they started hitting what they usually did. They almost caught up with their percentages. But this is what we say. But I'm glad to see Kecoughtan playing even harder than they did the first time when they only scored 8 or 10 points in the first game.
That was for the whole game too.
Here's
Watch
a
the
replay on this pass inside or a rebound.
Looked like she was a shot put, just the one that ringed off the back and went in.
This is the one afterwards. She tried it again.
No, that's the same one. It bounces right off the back of the rim.
Yeah, it sure does. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, the air pressure changing
that ball. Did you happen to notice everybody standing there looking up? When's it going to come down?
2 people were watching her watch.
So we're at the half here at Hampton. The Lady Crabbers are out in front 46-15.
Good job.
Stay tuned for second half action live here from Hampton High School. We'll be back shortly. 46-15. Hampton out in front of Kecoughtan. Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to Hampton High School live on a Friday evening.
Here in February.
As you look there, you can see the score is 46-15. Got about a minute or so left before we get going here on the second half. Let's do a little bit of stats.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't you give them bring them up to date?
We'll do Kecoughtan real quick because it won't take long.
You're not fair.
I'm sorry. Tracy Marsh was the leading scorer. She had 6. Secret McDaniel had 4. 3 with Aaron Jurnett, and Chelsea Hambrook had 2. That was all the scoring that they had in the first half. They had 7 personal fouls and 20 turnovers in the first half.
Anybody with more than 2 fouls?
No, not more than 2 fouls.
Okay.
Now over for Hampton.
At first, you got to talk about the first quarter. How many attempts they made at 3-pointers, and just couldn't get the lid off the basket.
They didn't. I don't believe they hit a 3-pointer until about midway through the second quarter.
I don't know if they got
and then they had 4 or 5 in a row.
Right in a row, yeah.
Yeah, 46 points they scored in the first half, and I guarantee you they didn't shoot 50%.
I'm trying to remember what they had at the end of the first quarter. It was like 16-6 or something like that.
Yeah, they kind of blew up a little bit there in the second quarter. Leading scorer for the Crabbers, Debbie Smith with 10, followed by Tiffany Davis with 9, 7 each with for Talia Lynch and Kania?
Yes.
Sears. 6 points for Alicia Bennett. She did a pretty good job there in the middle. 3 points for Andrea Booth on a 3-pointer late in the second quarter. Keita Hicks had 2, and Jocelyn Davis had 2. Team fouls were 2 for Lynch, 2 for Smith, and 1 each for Brown and Hicks. 2 turnovers in the first half for the Crabbers.
Kecoughtan brings the ball in. Starts in the third quarter.
So here we go.
And here's Hampton out in that trap.
46-15. There's a 3-point wide open shot.
Take the shot. There you go. Take it. Hampton got the rebound. But Hampton's coming out. They start each quarter now. They've started each quarter with a trap and a press.
Point open shot. Let it go.
We're going to call a walk?
Yep.
Yep, going to call a walk.
On Bennett. That's a turnover for the Crabbers.
We get to a timeout here. If it goes according to form, at about 6 minutes somewhere.
Yeah, they Kecoughtan used 2 timeouts in the first half, one each in each quarter. At about the 6-minute mark of each quarter is when they took it.
Took the ball right away from her.
Took it right out of her hand, didn't she?
Took it right away from Hambrook. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Debbie Smith is not shy, and she's now hit, about 3 of them?
That's Lynch.
Number 11.
I'm sorry, 11. Yeah, it was Debbie Smith. And that number 11?
Yeah. Hampton's dropped back into that kind of a zone now. They're kick it off to Davis. Spin
nice
move.
little spin move underneath. They're going to call her for a walk.
Oh, now she's been doing that for about 3 years, folks, and all of a sudden it's traveling. Okay. Yeah, I guess there must have been a rule change at the end of the month. That's all I'm thinking.
That's it. Just pass the ball around.
They're hustling to the ball. Yep. That's what he had him. Oh, she should take it. There you go.
Ooh, she's fouled as she throws it.
Call a foul on Bennett. And that's going to send McDaniel to the line.
That's her first foul, team's first foul here in the second half.
That should be shooting 2.
In a secret, McDaniel will be shooting 2. The first one is up and just out.
I'm proud of this Kecoughtan team. I have to tell you that they playing with limited participation right now with 6 players, and oops.
That's one of the rare turnovers.
Reminds me of that old Army film.
They've actually had 3.
A dribble too far.
They've actually had more turnovers already here than they did in the entire first half. Woo. Take it to the hole.
Just anticipating. Yeah, that was number 12. That's Davis, yeah. Oops, do it right over her head. 32's got to get more comfortable. Marsh got a bit more comfortable. Just turn around and take that shot. The way their team is playing right now, let's get the ball up at the bucket. Especially when it's 2-on-2. She's a good-sized girl. She can handle herself. Jocelyn bringing the ball up and Tiffany working one side. Going for the rebound.
A little bit hard off the back of the rim.
Oh, somebody should have been there for that. Move it quickly. There's that air ball. Yes, sir. Rebound to Hampton again. But you see Kecoughtan's getting shots off of it. They're doing what they got to do to get the shot off. There's Tiffany from about, air ball. Ooh. Her shooting percentage is going to be down a little bit tonight so far. I don't know. But she's been sick for the last week and a half. So maybe she's having a little trouble with her legs, because that's the first thing. When you start having trouble with your jump shots, usually it's because your legs are tired. Right underneath.
Oh, nice
yes, sir.
pass.
Good look. That's Marsh again, honey.
Number 32, Tracy Marsh.
Yep. She leads all scorers to Kecoughtan. She's got 8.
Again, you people can see that whole screen. You look how far they've got that zone packed in. And Kecoughtan's getting some rebounds. As long as Hampton's not hitting, that's fine. But if it ends like it did the second quarter, you see
in the second quarter, they went on a tear.
Yeah, that's another one. Put it up. Now, who's he calling it ball? Yeah, it's Kecoughtan's ball. Yeah, I thought so.
Out of bounds. Wholesale changes now for the Crabbers. Coming in as number 5, and that is Candace Brown.
14 is Andrea Booth. Who else we got in there?
She turned around before I could see her number.
Joycelyn Davis is still in there. 55 is still in there.
Kalea Lynch came in.
Hicks is still in there. That's a foul on 55. That's a foul on Hicks for Hampton.
Her second.
Going to the line again is Marsh. And Kecoughtan has already doubled their point production. Better than double the point production. Good going, girls. Keep it up. Nice shot.
Third and 9. She's looking for double figures here, folks. Got it.
She does it. It makes a difference. All right, let's see what Hampton's doing with offense.
50-19 is the score.
You can see Hampton's just rotating the top.
That one kind of bounces in.
That's a
Joshua
2.
Davis. They only gave her a 2.
Gave her a 2. Yep.
6 on the game.
Well, they're working around the top. Somebody's going to take that shot now. And I haven't found the right range for 14 for Jeanette. She has put that ball up from way downtown. There's a Kemp. Now that's where the feed's got to come from, but she telegraphed it just a little bit. Hambrook just telegraphed it a little bit. By the way, that's some good camera work, people. Let me tell you who we got working the camera while we're up here. Of course, on upstairs at the top of the bleachers where the Heat's buildings, Nate Braxton and Susan Bowers. And we got Steve Fryer down on the floor with that handheld camera you get those good shots with. And working graphics and animation is Andy Foley. Slow motion instant replay is our boy Mike Nowinski.
That's Lynch for a
Lynch
3.
just hit another 3. And the production and audio assistance, of course, Renee Camden, who takes care of all of us. Keeps us straight and the paperwork done.
Timeout by the Warriors.
Well,
He waited a little longer.
They waited a little longer,
yeah.
Got a little deep into the quarter. Audio and chief engineer Don Scharouse comes out and keeps everything set up and corrects us when we knock it out of whack. And basketballs come out here bouncing over here. He has to come out here and straighten it all out for us. And of course, the main man is director and producer Scotty Bauer, who keeps the humor coming in our earphones here, folks. So Mike and I don't have to listen to each other. Scotty keeps us awake.
It's been kind of slow on that end of things here tonight for some reason.
I think he's tired. No, he's been going back and forth to the doctors, and he's been told he can't do anything about it unless he gets a facial operation. So I'm gonna leave him just like the way he is. I hope you heard that.
What was it you were saying earlier about the dumb?
I can help you if you're stupid. But can't do nothing about ugly.
Ouch. 55-19, 3:03 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Of course, I'm sitting here with Mike Hauser.
You are?
The main man. Well, I don't know. Yeah, as the man said, speaking of ugly.
Thanks a lot.
Is that picture in the dictionary, Scotty? I think you're right.
Yes,
anyway. But you guys are doing a good job. Thanks for as much as you can making us look good. We appreciate it. And of course, and there's a misnomer, as Hawkeye would say.
Nice play, absolutely.
Nice feet inside. That was Marsh again. Which I give her 12 points. Marsh.
Yep. There's 12 on the night.
Oh, down
nice
underneath.
feet underneath, and the basket.
It's completed by number 3, I think
that's
it is.
Lynch again.
Yeah,
she's
got to be close to double figures.
Oh, she's past that.
Oh, has she?
Got 13.
This comes into the open space.
At 12. The foul was on number 40, McDaniel.
Yeah.
Be her second. And Lynch will shoot the free throw and make it. That gives her 13 on the night.
Well, it's 58-21 with 2:44 to go in the third quarter. And there were people talking today, well, Hampton's going to bust 100. They're going to do this. And I'm just going to say,
they're not trying to.
They're not trying to. We're seeing a class game here. And I, for one, appreciate it. Hampton's working on some things that they know they might need down the road, and this gives them a perfect opportunity.
Well, they don't have any starters in the game.
No.
So that's...
well, number 12, Jocelyn, doesn't she start sometime?
Yes.
Get it up there. Oh, yes, there
got
you go.
it.
22 with a hook shot. Did you see that? Little baby hook.
Hambrook gets her first basket, and along with the 2 free throws, has 4 now.
Make Bill Walton proud with that little baby hook right there. Well, a lot of people might not know who Bill Walton is.
Nice pass underneath and just a little bit off.
Couldn't finish it. As Hambrook with a rebound, of course, he just scored that 2 points down here.
There's a lot of people arguably that think Bill Walton's the best basketball player of all time. But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what he was the best that I ever saw, and that was rebounding and releasing down court. He'd take the ball off the board and have it out of his hands down court before he came down. Before he hit the ground, he'd gone up, got it, and released the ball. And it was an amazing thing to watch back when he was playing in college UCLA. It was just unbelievable to see it done.
And for Kecoughtan now is number 10, Hunt. She's the other player that rotates in.
That does mean 22 will be next off the bench. She was in that position last time. 1:26 to go, 58-23. Here in the Crabbers gym where they're looking for their 14th win in 16 attempts in the district. They have 2 games left in the regular season, I think, and they're against Bethel and Warwick.
And Bethel will give them a little bit of a game. Warwick is really,
Well,
this is like a down year for them.
Yeah, I think Hampton beat them by 30 or 40 last time, something like that. But you'll see a lot more pressing when Hampton plays Warwick and Bethel than you'll see here.
That's Marsh again, and she just continues to put up the points for Kecoughtan. Is right now 14 points. Kecoughtan's got 25 in this game, folks. That's 3 times as many as they had the first time they played. Down to 30 seconds to go in the third.
Calling for one shot. Coach Gregory calling for one shot. Let's see if they can't work it around. 40's was doing a face screen there at first. Let's see if she can get the ball into her.
3 off the back of the rim.
Nobody followed the shot. And nice dig right there. That was by Brown.
Who was that?
Brown. Candace Brown. Nice drive.
Her first basket of the game.
And it's over.
Well, didn't quite get it all.
Quite get it
They
all.
were going to actually count it. So we're done here at Hampton. 3 quarters are gone. 60-25.
Anybody in foul trouble for Kecoughtan over 2?
No.
Yeah.
No, you got 2 for Secret McDaniel. You got 2 for Marsh, 2 for Smith, and then 1 each for Hambrook, and 1 each for Jernette.
I think we're safe that we're not going to lose their ability to rotate players. That's what was concerning me.
No, they're in pretty good shape considering they're.
I'll tell you what, they packed that zone in and let Hampton shoot, except for that spurt in the second quarter.
Late in the fourth quarter, late in the second quarter, yeah.
It's been fairly effective. Of course, Hampton's still hitting their shots, though. They're not driving as much. They're settling for that 10, 12-footer or the three-pointer.
They've also got, they don't have any starters in there either. So
True.
And they are young. My goodness. There's some of these players are going to be here for 2 more years, not just 1.
Yeah.
They got all starters on this squad coming back next year.
And this is a team that I think 3 of those starters that are out here now started last year for the state championship team. So he's replaced 2, and one of them Smith, and she's been a prolific scorer on and off during the year.
Remember what the young lady's name was that hit the winning basket last year?
Payne or Lynch?
Yeah, I think it was Payne.
Payne, yeah.
She's leading freshman scorer for Norfolk State this year. I saw it in the paper the other night.
That's fantastic. Nice to hear good things. You know what I'm saying? Nice to hear good things.
Already been the
Player of the week.
MEAC Player of the Week a couple times.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Yes,
that's
sir.
a 2-pointer.
That's Debbie Smith again. Debbie Smith. Now, once you look at number 4 right there, Tiffany Davis, she's actually smiling. I saw a smile. It's almost a breakdown in procedure for her.
Debbie Smith has 15 to lead all scorers tonight.
Take it up. Get it out of the paint. Back in. Got the shot. Oh, almost put that through. Good job. Hold Hambrook. I think I'm saying that right. Good block. There's Tiffany. Boy, how does she is missing.
She's not even near the rim.
Looks like she's got herself. If you see that shot again, it looks like she's got herself turned a little bit on a release, like she's almost cocking herself around to the left to make the shot.
Her shots are not anywhere near the rim.
She's had an air ball, and she didn't touch the rim on that one. Wasn't for glass, it'd still be rolling down the courtyard.
62-25.
25, take that 3. Oh, my. Here comes Tiffany. I just love the way she handles the ball, though. She is so smart. Pass underneath. Pass back
Nice shot outside off the back of the rim.
Rebound by 32. Was that 14? 14 got that rebound. Yeah.
Underneath the 40 again.
Good.
Oh, no.
Oh, and she lost it. She fought it away and then lost it.
Inbound to Marsh.
That's number
Nice
3
play.
right there. Lynch just drove the length of the court, took it to the left side of the bucket, and put it in.
That gives her 15. So 2 Crabbers now with 15 points. Lynch and Debbie Smith both.
Take that rainbow. Here it comes. Yes, sir. That's 2.
And we're going to give her credit for it even if she didn't call for it.
She works on that in the gym.
That gives her 6 on the game, both of them by 3-pointers.
Oh, good rebound. Way to fight, guys.
64-27.
You got to understand what this game could have been had Six been playing somebody where he wanted to press the whole game. And there are teams that he'll press the whole game or most of it.
Yep.
So he's done a good job, both coaches. A lot of class. A lot of class here, folks. Keep working on it, Coach Gregory. You're going to make it happen, buddy. Been a real gentleman. Enjoy to go over there and talk to him. By the way, just to bring it, Kecoughtan has 2 new coaches. Both the boys varsity and the girls varsity have new coaches. Coach Hines is quite an interesting guy. He was an assistant up at T.C. Williams in the D.C. area, and that's a team that has, there's a score.
Hunt on the basket, her first basket of the game.
T.C. Williams hasn't lost a district game in 3 or 4 years. And he was an assistant up there for them. There you go.
Goes as a 2-pointer.
That was by Booth.
(66-30) is the score. I mean, Kecoughtan only scored 8 points last time they played.
Hampton played a press the whole time, and it was the first of the season where there were so many new players on the Kecoughtan squad they weren't used to each other.
Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they only had 1 basket. The other 6 points were on the free throw line.
Yeah, I think so.
And they got 30 points in this game. Of course, again, like you said, Hampton is laid back in a zone most of the game and they have not done a lot of pressing like they normally do.
Yeah. Well, like they did in the first of every quarter. They pressed for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, then they back off. They got the cushion in the first quarter a little bit, and they just went back and started working their zone.
They're playing a 1-2-2 zone right now.
That's what he's been spent so much time working on. Should pass a little bit high from Jeanette. And
take it right to the hole.
Yep. Good rebound. Kecoughtan's ball on the jump ball.
Down to 4 minutes to go before the end of the game here in the fourth quarter. 66-30. Live here at Hampton High School. Mike Hauser along with Brent Musgrove.
Have to start looking over here a little bit.
Player of the game?
Players of the games, yeah.
Well, I think this one is a no-brainer right here.
Okay, so you told me this is the time I can't think. Okay, all right, I got it.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to think about that a little bit, I'll let you.
No,
think about it for a second.
No, I ain't got but 6 names to look at. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I fed more people than that in my house for 15 years. So I mean,
just a little shot there and a little bit hard on the back of the rim. Here's the one we got to worry about.
Yeah, it's so close, so much. That's a little steal again by 14. Booth in it. Yeah. And Coach Six is playing a lot of subs. It's 25. Little running jumper. That was Yates, Megan Yates. She's a senior.
Another turnover by Kecoughtan. Entering the game now for the Crabbers is number 55, Keita Hicks.
So both seniors are on the floor, folks. That's
One
Hicks
out
and
now
Yates.
is Lynch will have a chair probably for the remainder. 3:20 to go.
Downtown Susie Brown. Look at there. Did you see she dribbled the ball in the corner and backed up so she could get a better distance? When she literally backed away from it and took that shot. Oh,
that was a home run shot again. It bounced right. I mean, that was an inch away from going in.
Yeah. Good feed.
Oh, she's going to get it. Well, I tell you what, Tracy Marsh is burning it up. I mean, she's the one that's really scoring the points here.
And the sad part, watch this, she just takes it right up.
Foul was on Hicks. That's her third.
Tracy's a junior, so she'll be coming back. It's an upbeat thing, Coach.
She's got 16 points in this game. She's got half of the team points.
But she'll be coming back, and that's great. the other senior. Now
66-32.
Now what Kecoughtan's going to have to work on in the offseason is ball handling. Now that should have been a pass right there. She should have passed that ball over. 2 defenders coming to her, and she had a cohort going down the other side wide open. So.
Foul number 14, Arrington Red, that is her second personal, team second.
Kind of things you work on for a game when it matters. See her coming down. See her wide open. There's
Yeah, the trailer was, there was nobody there.
Yeah, nobody there.
Gets lucky and is fouled. So Sears is at the line. She'll shoot 2. Makes that one.
Well, I have to say, the officials have done a good job here tonight. They kept it a good pace game, and I think a lot of that's got to do with the lack of pressure that Hampton usually puts on, because they'll usually get more fouls than the other team a lot of times because they put on so much pressure.
Sears now has 9. You got to pick a player of the game here for this side, and
I have to tell you, ain't so sure. There's so many. I tell you what.
oh, a 3-pointer.
Being that I'm in charge of the jerseys.
Brooke Smith.
Being that I'm in charge of the jerseys, and we're doing the number of games we're doing.
Pick 2 of them.
Pick 2. Pick 2 for each team. Hurt you. Hope you heard that, Scotty, but I'll deliver them. See a little encouragement here.
Timeout, Kecoughtan.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then we've done that. We good up here too?
Yep.
All right. At that 148 left, folks. It's 68-35, and I'm proud of Kecoughtan as I can be. They've scored 35 points, which is over triple, 4 times the score that they first time they played Hampton. And I'm proud of Hampton for the class of working on what they had to work on without trying to embarrass anybody. Good job, guys.
And letting everybody on the bench play.
Everybody, well, especially for Kecoughtan.
You got 1 sub.
I saw the coach go for a pair of tennis shoes, but I guess he didn't put them on. But
68-35, 1 minute and 48 to go here in the 4th. Live here at Hampton High School. Mike Hauser along with Mr. Musgrove, and I'm going to call you Mr. Musgrove.
that don't happen often, I'll tell you
Brett.
that.
That's a 3.
Rainbow again. I like him.
Rip that ball clean.
There's that shot again. Is it good? No. They're
He
determined.
needs to score another point to get into double figures.
Good draw up, 25. Make it.
Get in the hole. It didn't want to fall.
Good draw up. Yes, sir. Drew up and shoot that jumper from about 12 feet. Good attempt at a pass there through.
There's another 3. Man, I tell you what, I don't know if anybody's keeping any statistics, but they're 3-point shooting tonight.
Tonight is not,
It's
not at their best. But Kecoughtan is in a real tight 2-3 zone. With 2-1-2, it shifts. It's so tight, it has to be a 2-3, I think.
Here's for 3,
Yeah,
and she gets
she
it.
gets it. Yeah. Well, you want to tell the people who the players of the game are?
Sure, why not? Why don't you go ahead and do Hampton's?
All right, these folks, the players of the game tonight for the Hampton Crabbeys, who are now moved to 14-2 and second in the district, are going to be Talia Lynch, and I think she ends up with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points. And Debbie Smith, she's a sophomore, and she's ended up with about 13 points, I think it is, maybe 15. Is it 15 points? 15 points. You're looking at the main man stat sheet. And we're going to give 2 players of the game to each team. So good job, guys. And here's Kecoughtan. Mike's going to bring you the Kecoughtan players.
Sears again for 3, and she hits this one. I think we we might have picked one a little early. That's 4 3-pointers by that young lady.
There goes Rainbow again. Oh, almost.
Players of the games for the Kecoughtan Warriors. We've chosen Erin Jernette, who has a couple of 3s and 6 points. And then obviously Tracy Marsh, who is burning up tonight. 16 points.
Kick the ball out. 7 seconds to go in the game, folks. Well, congratulations, girls, and thanks for a nice game. Nice
Who
little
got
draw.
that one?
That was 20.
Sears.
20.
So she scored the last 3 baskets for the Crabbers.
2 3s and a 2.
So we're done here at Hampton as the
Girls
Lady
game.
Crabbers advance to 14-2 now on the
That's right.
season.
That's right. And Kecoughtan goes to 3-13. But let me just say, you can see this game again on Sunday at 7 p.m. or on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 46.
They took the score off.
Well, let me tell you, it was about 70-something to a little something.
To 35.
Yeah. 76-35.
There it is right there as Andy takes care of that for us. Okay, so we're done here at Hampton for the first game. The Hampton Lady Crabbers win this one 76-35. Stay tuned for our second game as the men will take the court in about 15 minutes or so.
Had to tee it up.
For those of you who will be sticking around long enough to watch the boys' games with us, stay tuned. And those who can't, we appreciate you watching. And don't forget, we'll be able to see this on tape delay later on. And Brent's looking at that one real quick to see what.
I know what it is. We're going to show it 3 more times.
All right, go ahead and let them know when they can see it again.
You talking about the girls' game or the boys' game?
The girls' game.
But I just told them.
Okay.
But I'll tell them again.
Why don't you tell them again?
Okay, I'll tell them one more time. We'll see it Sunday on the 10th, which is my wife's birthday here, by the way. Going to have a birthday party at 7 o'clock, and Wednesday the 13th at 7:30. Yeah, my wife will be 29.
Well, you're lucky.
I tell you what, I married her when she was 3.
No, you're not lucky now. Okay, folks, we will take a short break here at Hampton while we get the men out here and get them warmed up, and we'll return shortly. And stay tuned for Crabbers Warriors men here in about 15 minutes.